She put out those pictures of the dude pulling his pants down, and it looked like some gay act that was going on. He got on the phone.
Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, has had a long-standing, animosity against Diddy and sort of vice versa. And because he's at the helm, they're arguing this can't be taken seriously. This should sort of be seen as propaganda. And one of the things that Netflix hit back with was, yes, he's the executive producer. He doesn't necessarily have creative.
He broke Kim, let's say allegedly, but it was told by people in her camp that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht. So Cassie's story is Kim's story.
A shocked and devastated Diddy spotted at the home where his ex suddenly and mysteriously...
When she put out those pictures of the dude pulling his pants down, and it looked like some gay act that was going on, he got on the phone.
So he put his hands on females, put his hands on producers, executives.
Massive ripples swept across social media when Diddy appeared at the house where his ex Kim Porter sadly died. The very location linked to endless troubling doubts. Sources claim once those shocking pictures emerged, the ones depicting a man lowering his pants amid what seemed like a dubious encounter, Diddy snapped and dialed instantly. We've watched the news stories, the trial drawings, the viral footage of Diddy in cuffs. But suppose the biggest revelation in this entire ordeal isn't the accusations he faces today?
He broke Kim, let's say allegedly, but it was told by people in her camp that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht. So Cassie's story is Kim's story. Cassie's book is Kim's book.
A sorrow we were urged to overlook. Behind the scenes, an earth-shattering partnership is taking shape, one that might change everything we believed about Kim Porter's demise. And it's driven by two individuals who understand her reality more than most. Her son, Quincy Brown, and the one performer Diddy could never manage, 50 Cent. This goes beyond a typical film. It's a deliberate attack planned over years. With Diddy incarcerated, his kingdom falling apart, and his circle disintegrating, the two figures he supposedly kept quiet for so long are now uniting to voice the question no one dared utter aloud.
Get out in front of this and, try to persuade Netflix not to come forward with it. I think it's an interesting argument because what they're claiming is, Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, has had a long-standing, animosity against Diddy and sort of vice versa. And because he's at the helm, they're arguing this can't be taken seriously. This should sort of be seen as propaganda. And one of the things that Netflix hit back with was, yes, he's the executive producer. He doesn't necessarily have creative control. And that's something
Porter's 2018 passing truly just pneumonia. Those close to Kim allege Diddy broke her nose on a yacht voyage. The same violence Cassie later described in her own legal action. In many respects, Cassie's account is Kim's account. Let's be honest, Quincy, the son Diddy raised but never truly dominated, has been navigating a delicate balance for years. He's attended court sessions but never supported his stepdad. Always composed. Always reserved. But sources say that quietness was calculated, not cowardice. While Diddy's biological sons, Christian and Justin, became entangled in legal battles and were even pictured in handcuffs during the notorious 2024 searches, Quincy remained outside the turmoil. No charges, no viral videos, just silence. He was waiting patiently. And now with Diddy in custody, the restraint is gone. Insiders report Quincy has been collaborating directly with 50 Cent, the same figure whose Netflix project Sean Combs' The Reckoning sent tremors across Hollywood. Yet that film scarcely addressed Kim's puzzling death, a noticeable gap that left fans craving answers. Now we finally understand why Quincy held off until the perfect moment to reveal the true story, and that moment has arrived. Predictably, Diddy's attorneys have worked hard to block Netflix from proceeding. They insist that since Curtis, aka 50 Cent Jackson, has a long history of conflict with Diddy, the project lacks legitimacy, labeling it biased propaganda. But Netflix responded strongly, saying 50 doesn't dictate the storyline and the proof stands on its own. This is no longer just family conflict, it's a possible concealment. Official records stated Kim died of lobar pneumonia in November 2018, following flu-like symptoms lasting only 8 days. No prior medical issues, no substance abuse history, simply a sudden, unexplained collapse at home. The coroner quietly closed the file in 2019, deeming it a tragedy but not suspicious. Still, something never felt right. Kim's tests returned negative for flu and strep. She was taking antibiotics and improving nicely, even well enough for a massage the night before her death. So why was a masseuse present in her home during an alleged medical?
Somebody phone. Why would you take somebody's tablet or her computer? It was some foul.
Who approved that session? And why has that person's name never been disclosed? Her progression makes no medical sense. November 7th, sore throat. November 12th, fever. November 15th, gone. For a healthy 47-year-old, that's extremely unusual. Yet the matter was closed without any further probe. Enter Al B. Sure, Kim's ex and Quincy's biological father, he became the first prominent figure to question the official narrative. In July 2020, Al shared an emotional video stating, "I know very clearly that Kimberly didn't just pass from pneumonia. That's some nonsense." The post disappeared after Quincy asked him to remove Music It, but Al didn't relent. He later revealed Kim had confided in him, saying she felt afraid, sending vague messages about something she couldn't specify. Then in November 2021, Al uploaded an old picture of him, Kim, and Quincy with a caption that set the internet ablaze. You would never believe what she endured. Life imitating art, art imitating life. Now it all makes sense. People interpreted that as a strong hint. Kim witnessed something, she knew something, and then Al nearly lost his life. Months afterward, he collapsed in his studio from multi-system organ failure and remained in a coma for 2 months. The timing was too strange to dismiss. When he eventually recovered, he told Fox 5 New York.
So he put his hands on females, put his hands on producers, executives. That's just his. I guess that's what the whole name Bad Boy comes from. That people don't really understand. What is it? What is a bad boy? Why did he choose that name? Like he never really gave a clear definition of how he feels about that name.
Point blank, I believe Diddy or his associates were behind it. There was a bounty on my head. He claimed his phone and laptop were seized, saying it was an attempted cover-up. Fast forward to today. Al's statements no longer sound like theories. They sound like a warning we overlooked. And Quincy, sources say he's been discreetly gathering evidence, contacting Kim's former friends, collecting documents, and securing 50 cents backing to finally expose what truly occurred. Let's remember, 50 is no stranger to revealing secrets. His previous doc dismantled Diddy's empire, exposing the dark side of bad boy culture, the freak-off events, the coercion, the power struggles. But the fact that Quincy is now partnering with him is no accident. That's strategy.
I'm sorry, I'm just I'm in this moment right now. This is crazy. Sorry. People don't really know how much what it does to you when something that you love is taken from you and thrown away like it don't even matter, and then they move on with their lives and you're stuck. You're stuck during those years. You're still...
Details Kim left behind, or rather the ones that disappeared. Kim's supposed memoir, dismissed by Diddy's camp as fake, was said to hold explosive revelations about her life with him. Multiple sources, including producer Chris Todd, maintained that manuscript existed, stored on a hard drive that vanished immediately after her death. Al B. Shore alleges Kim's personal devices, her laptop, notes, phone, everything disappeared right after she passed. He even linked her situation to the strange sudden deaths of other celebrities connected to Diddy's world. Heavy D gone at 44 from pneumonia. Brittany Murphy, 32, the same cause. Bobby Christina Brown, found in a bathtub with pneumonia, listed as a contributing factor. Different names, same pattern, same unanswered questions. Now add Quincy to the mix, the son who was present the night Kim died. He supported Diddy during initial legal troubles, but never defended him publicly. Then, when Homeland Security raided Diddy's homes in 2024, Quincy was nowhere in sight, unlike Christian and Justin, who were photographed in cuffs. Rumors circulated that Quincy had quietly assisted federal authorities, cooperating behind the scenes. Nothing confirmed, but the appearance speaks loudly. If this new documentary is legitimate.
Did he? Or didn't he? Well, if he didn't, he's got a lot to explain. Well, apparently what Diddy's done now, which is a very interesting thing, is he's on the offensive of sorts. That's right, Sean Diddy Combs has initiated a $100 million defamation lawsuit.
We're finally about to understand why Quincy's remained quiet and why his next step could be catastrophic. Insiders claim Quincy's been holding evidence for years, waiting until Diddy could no longer reach him. That moment has come. The mogul is imprisoned. His legal team is scrambling, and his supporters are disappearing. Quincy isn't just speaking up. He's rewriting the narrative about the man who once controlled everything. If this project releases as sources predict, we're not merely discussing reopening Kim Porter's case. We're discussing uncovering a pattern, a system of silence, fear, and unnatural conclusions stretching decades deep. Because when you connect the dots, from Kim's pneumonia to missing evidence to mysterious deaths, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. Diddy's empire wasn't just built on music and fame, it was built on control. And now that control is slipping away for good. I'm sorry. This is crazy.
Afraid of coming forward. They've been afraid of what he could potentially do to them within the industry, what he could do to them professionally, maybe even personally. And so, yes, it's been a dark secret they've held on to for a very, very long time.
The source said, voice trembling. People don't understand what it does to you when something you love is taken, tossed aside like it never mattered, and then, music, everyone else just moves on. That heartbreak sits at the center of this storm. And the storm's about to break wide open, because here comes the 50 Cent factor. The rapper turned mogul who's never backed down from a fight, especially not one involving Diddy. Their feud is legendary. It goes all the way back to the early 2000s when 50 accused Diddy of being tied.
This is the flight where Diddy said to her, she testified that he showed her a video of a freak-off that she participated in and said, if you don't participate in another freak-off when we get to New York, I'm going to put this video out. I'm going to send it to your mother.
And that's coercion.
She testified
if it's true.
to that.
If the jury
they believed her,
yeah,
that's coercion. They would have Cassie.
To the shooting that nearly took his life. For years, 50 dropped subliminals, diss tracks, and full-blown exposés. But this time, he's not just trolling from the sidelines. He's allegedly teaming up with Quincy Brown to create a project that could finally answer the question that's haunted everyone since 2018. What really happened to Kim Porter? And if history's any clue, 50 never does anything halfway. His last documentary revealed never-before-seen footage of Diddy strategizing with his lawyers just days before sentencing. Footage no one knew existed until it was streaming.
Specifically challenges allegations suggesting that Mr. Combs and his involvement in the 2018 of his former partner Kim Porter, whose passing was officially attributed to natural causes by the Los Angeles County.
So, if he's sitting on that level of information about Kim's situation, this isn't merely a movie. It's an explosion waiting to happen. So where are we at right now? Diddy's behind bars, his legal team rejecting every accusation, and his children, everyone except Quincy, still holding tight to the pneumonia explanation. Yet the fractures are growing. Christian and Justin keep appearing in legal filings. The twins, Delilah and Jesse, have gone totally quiet. Meanwhile, Quincy is stepping forward, because if Kim's death wasn't as reported, if Al B. Shore's almost fatal breakdown wasn't random, and if this sequence continues, we're not dealing with isolated misfortunes. We're facing an apparatus, a long-running operation hidden in full view for decades. One designed to shield influence and suppress reality. And that apparatus is trembling now. Even while Diddy's camp files a $100 million slander lawsuit, people close to the situation call it panic, a final attempt to halt the inevitable. But the window may have already closed, since everyone recalls those notorious events, the exclusive private parties where careers were launched, images shattered, and limits violated in the most sinister ways possible. But suppose those gatherings went beyond mere indulgence? Suppose they tied into a recurring scheme, one that routinely concluded with specific individuals vanishing, falling ill, or passing away under suspicious, natural conditions. Consider the examples. Heavy D, age 44, pneumonia-linked death. Bobby Christina Brown, discovered unconscious in a tub, pneumonia listed as contributing. Brittany Murphy, taken at 32, pneumonia again. 3 separate celebrities, each connected, closely or loosely, to Diddy's orbit. 3 incidents that never fully added up. And in each case, a possible liability was eliminated. Someone who knew too many details or could have spoken up. That isn't misfortune. That's deliberate. Industry voices admit they've remained mute for years out of terror, dreading Diddy's power to ruin them career-wise or personally. But even that hush is splintering. What's arriving next isn't speculation, it's evidence. Then comes the financial angle. This goes beyond justice for Kim or the rest. It's about dominance. Diddy's kingdom rested on enforced quiet. Once that quiet shatters, the economic chain reaction begins. Kim's supposed memoir, the one her children labeled phony, the one Diddy's side branded a money ploy, might have been much bigger than tabloid fodder. Insiders claim it held specific names, timelines, and revelations about how Diddy manipulated and silenced those around him. A primed explosive. Picture if it had surfaced in 2018, ahead of Cassie's case, the searches, the federal involvement. It could have finished him years earlier, yet it disappeared along with Kim's computer, her cell phone, and every trace she left. That's no accident. That's concealment. So if Quincy's forthcoming documentary truly reveals what sources promise, it's far more than revisiting Kim's story. It's Judgment Day, a seismic shock to finances and reputations that will spare nobody. When it releases, cases will stack, backers will flee, and the remnants of Diddy's empire will collapse into nothing, because reality strikes deeper than any track disc. Right now, every spotlight is on Quincy, the reserved one, the son playing chess while others play checkers. No outbursts, no breakdowns, no tearful posts. He observed. He waited. Now he strikes surgically. People in the know say his alliance with 50 Cent isn't mere teamwork, it's combat. 50 doesn't grant favors. He executes strategy. If he's investing time, money, and reputation here, it signals one truth. He's certain it will detonate. The real question is how wide the damage will spread. We've witnessed versions of this tale. The disgraced tycoon, the defenders, the informants, the exposees vowing to reveal everything. But this one hits differently. It's not solely Diddy's downfall. It's the network that guarded him, the ones who turned blind eyes, and those who never survived to speak. So we must wonder, if Kim Porter's death wasn't what they claimed, who assisted in concealing it? Who else participated in that suppression? And once Quincy and 50's film arrives, whose names get pulled into the glare next? Music. One certainty stands. This isn't the conclusion. It's only the start. And when the facts emerge, Diddy won't be the only one answering for it. Everyone who helped conceal them will face the music too. So tell me, do you believe Kim Porter's story will finally topple the entire structure, or does someone still hold enough clout to keep those truths buried? Drop your opinions below. I'm curious what you think. Don't miss out. Subscribe to FameWatch, because when that documentary lands, we'll be dissecting it right away. Stay alert.